Hello and welcome to Week 11 of NFL Gamepicks. Yeah, we got the 1-1s up in here. I'm your host, Austin Ramos. We got Chris Wright, Joey Gross. Man, oh man, let's get started with our Week 10 recap. Man, this Dolphins team showed up and showed out, and I'm super pumped. They got me a big birthday dub. Top was off,
baby.
and the lights back on momentarily. It messes with the camera too much, so we're not going to have it on the whole time, but man, this Dolphins team found a way to get a big-time win against the Buffalo Bills. First time they got a win against them in like 4 years. The second one they've had in the last 16 games against the Bills. So it's been a tough road for this Dolphins organization against Buffalo, and finally prevailed against once at home. So and it was in dominating fashion. So love to see that. But does this help where this Dolphins team is going to go moving forward in terms of a rebuild or whatever the case may be? I think it just shows this team isn't as bad as everyone thinks it is. It also kind of adds fuel to the fire that we don't think Buffalo is as good as they are record-wise, X, Y, and Z. They haven't really beat too many crazy teams. Big win against the Chiefs, followed up with a lowly loss against the Dolphins. So a lot more questions for the Buffalo Bills than it did for the Miami Dolphins. Let's see where this Dolphins teams go, though. The schedule is favorable moving forward. How do you guys feel about your wins or losses this week?
We'll keep it in the win column, Chris. You can take it, bro.
Ooh, you want to toss it to me, huh? All right, well.
Reluctantly.
Dude, honestly, big dub. Really didn't look great, but Caleb Williams honestly won the game and kind of took over, which was pretty cool to see. I'm not going to lie. He was great all day. Like, there was 6 drops, I want to say, 6 to 8 drops, they were saying. I think it was 6 technically, but a lot of big drops that would have been like added yardage to him, but he ended up picking up a lot of that with his legs. He got out of a bunch of like possible like sack situations. Like he was like nasty with like the spin move. Like he was looking like Rajon Rondo out there. I don't know.
How about his running, dude?
Yeah, like he was just getting out of everything. It was honestly pretty cool to see. I didn't love the play calling from Eberflus. I would have liked to like run more. I think they, or not Eberflus. Fuck Ben Johnson. My bad.
Felt like maybe.
Jeez.
I was like, wait a minute.
Jeez. Oh man, bro, what am I doing? Ben Johnson. But I would have liked to see more run game. Like Swift was averaging like 6 yards a carry during that game. It's like let's just run the ball, try to get back into it. Because we were playing down, which kind of sucked. Defense is banged up. Gardner Johnson off the street has been sensational. He basically won the game, had like a game-winning sack. Like Wilson came in, I honestly was kind of worried. I was like, oh, like if anybody, this is like the best backup in the league to like take over and like win a game. So I was kind of worried, but we ended up inking out a win and pretty huge win. The schedule is really tough. Like we have another must-win game coming up now, and. But no, it was good. All-around team win, and it was good to see. Defense, like, we can't give up 400 yards, but we only allowed, 20 points, I want to say? So, like, it's not bad for giving up 400 yards, but you can't expect that every week. Like, we can't continue to do this. Like, we got to find some answers, especially at the D-line.
Very briefly before we go to Joey, do you feel like the impact of Jackson Dart going out was, like, a hindrance on the Giants still succeeding,
sure.
or it helped you guys beneficially?
It killed everything for them offensively.
Okay.
Like there was one play and it was a screen pass to I want to say the running back. I think it was Tracy, but it might have been one of the other running backs. Anyways, It was a screen pass and that was the biggest play. It's a blown tackle by Sewell. And should have been a tackle, but like it was a 40-yard gain because he missed the tackle. That was the only big play after Dart. And like it's just kind of like a momentum shifter where it's just like, all right, the guy's out. Let's pounce on this opportunity, and they did, and they won.
For sure.
Yeah, Bears got a win, stayed within the NFC North. Packers fell down to the 3 seed because they, once again, don't put the ball in Jordan Love's hands. Don't trust him enough to throw. He was limited to 6 passes in the first half. Was 2 for 6 in the entire first half. I don't know why they constantly insist on playing through the running back when we've shown time and time again that they have been more successful when Love is throwing the ball. If you look at every statement win that we've had so far this season against the Lions, incredible game from Jordan Love. Against the Commanders, incredible game from Jordan Love. Against the Steelers, incredible game from Jordan Love passing. In all these tight games, these games that we've lost, it's just been this bullshit, running it up the middle. We've lost by a combined total of 16 points through all of our 3 losses. So the defense is still playing lights out, but this piss-poor offense that Matt LaFleur is running is just getting really old really fast. We did not get healthier in this game either. Romeo Doubs going out with an injury. Matthew Golden didn't play because he was hurt from the last game. So it's not looking too good offensively for weapons-wise. Christian Watson's going to have to step up. Luke Musgrave did not meet expectations for filling Tucker Kraft's shoes at all. You can't replicate how physical of a player Tucker Kraft is. And there was some catches in some scenarios where, yes, the pass is short of the sticks, but if it were Tucker Kraft catching it instead of Musgrave, he would have fought through that tackle and got the first down because that's the type of player he is. It's just we know we have a backup tight end in Luke Musgrave, but he's not going to be Tucker Kraft, which sucks. But the moral of the story was that the play calling was just abysmal and too little too late. They finally scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter. It was tight all game. If you like defensive football, it was a great game to watch. But overall, the offense had a lot of opportunities to get on the scoreboard, a lot of opportunities to blow the Eagles out, and then the Eagles vice versa had a lot of opportunities to blow us out. It was just defensive war, and then it was too little too late from Matt LaFleur's bullshit play calling once again. Not taking the clock into consideration, terrible clock management. It's just bad all around. Shotgun 4th and 1 run that the Eagles knew we were running. All what are we fucking doing?
That was arguably like the worst.
It's just you can't make this shit up anymore. The guy's literally right inside zone this way. Fucking sure enough, when we had Aaron Rodgers, he kind of covered up a lot of Matt LaFleur's bullshit because once he heard he'd fucking be like, no, we're switching this shit, dude. Like, no, there's no way we're running this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of got to go into an opportunity where Love needs to be able to check out of these plays and have that trust. And you got to get him into a rhythm going early. You can't get him only 6 passes and a half. You can't expect him to get his arm going, rhythm with his receivers, and just get it all in one quarter. Like, it's just, I can't say enough things about this play calling. I'm honestly at the point where I'm just disappointed in how Matt LaFleur is running this team. And he might need to give up play calling duties because this is just fucking bad.
A lot of times this season, we've been saying that the Packers have been playing to their opponents, and I think you guys played right into them, right? You allowed, you wanted to establish your run against a run-heavy team like Philly, and you kind of wanted to out-muscle them, outrun them, essentially. And it just blew up in your face in the sense of that was not the right approach play call-wise offensively. If you want to say anything else about it.
There's a lot of opportunities to go back and say that this was on Love or this was on the floor or whatnot. Jordan Love did not play a great game whatsoever, but still limiting him to the amount of passes that you did early on is just, I think, was a tone setter for the entire game. And then he just, like you said, we play to our opponents. Yeah, but there was a lot of, we have to get Bo Melton out there playing wide receiver because we're so hurt, and ball hit him right in the chest. There was just so many opportunities where receivers are dropping balls. They're not running their routes good enough. They're not getting open, or they're getting open and Love misses them. And it's just they're not on the same wavelength
Facts.
right now, and they need to get this shit together.
Now let's take us to the standings, and I'm gonna toss it back to Joey because he's our top dog now.
Yeah, man, I'm at the top of the leaderboard. I
You're
went 9-5
once.
last week. Topping off the leaderboard. How you done?
How you done?
103 and 46 on the year. So 50 games or so above 500. So that's pretty nice. I'll cruise into the end of the year around that. Very nice. I'm only one game separated from Ray and Steve. So pretty interesting here going forward. The number 1 seed is going to be sporadic probably throughout the rest of the season. Yeah. So I have it for now. Hopefully I keep it for a while, but we'll see what happens moving forward. I think it's going to be a up and down, moving around leaderboard.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting moving forward. Let's see what happens there. I also went 9-5 last week. That puts me to a 93 and a 56 record overall this season, keeping me at 6th place. I was able to get a decent jump over DJ and Tina. But we'll move on down the list real quick. But before we do that, shout out to Hecty and Steve. They went 10-4 this past week. They had the best record for week 10. And then we move on down to 7th place where we have Chrissy Boy here.
Let me tell you, dude, it ain't looking too good for the guy. But, you know, I've been there. I've done that. I've been top of the league. I gotta let Joey have some limelight. You know, he's never been up there. I went a cool 8-6. So if you're betting with the boy, we're still up. We're still winning. I just need a big week, and it's in there. It's coming.
All right.
It's coming. 90-59. Still up.
All right,
So
why don't you
we'll
take
see.
us to Thursday night?
Yo, we got a great slate coming up for you this week. This one's not so hot, but we got the Jets playing the New England Pats. And I'm going to just say, I'm going to take the Patriots. They're the better team. Obviously, Drake May and them boys are rolling, looking great. Jets, one of the worst teams we've seen in the last 10 years, I think. So, easy pick. Let me go ahead and get the New England Patriots.
I'm going Patriots as well. This is an easy pick. I agree. I think a lot of Jets fans are a little bit kind of riding this 2-game win streak high a little bit. It's kind of might be the peak of their season. Their entire Jet season might be the SpongeBob meme where they're on like the little child roller coaster and they're just over the little hump real quick. Oh, there was their 2-game win. Now we're back to earth. The Jets' highlight of their season was probably the trade deadline, acquiring all that they could, which was a king's ransom essentially for 2 of their great players. So yeah, New England Patriots are playing amazing football too. They're really fun to watch. Hot tip on a long shot to win the division. New England Patriots, baby.
I was waiting for you to say that. Yeah, man, this New England Patriots team looks legit. They handled business in Tampa Bay, got a clutch win against a clutch team. So, you know, that is something that bodes well with me and how I perceive this team. So, give me the New England Patriots. I don't think they're going to, you know, have a hiccup here against this New York Jets team. They're wearing their rivalry uniforms in this one. Honestly, arguably one of the best rivalry uniforms. So I can't wait to see it on TV right now. But yeah, man, this Patriots team's legit. And the Dolphins did them a favor by beating the Buffalo Bills last week. Now they have a
2-game cushion.
Yep. So hot tip on a long shot. Joey
Yeah,
might be
there we
onto
go.
something,
Come on,
dude.
man.
All right, well, I'll keep us moving.
Speaking of the Dolphins.
Yeah, speaking of the Fins, we got the Miami Dolphins technically hosting the Washington Commanders in Spain. It is a home game that the Dolphins gave up. And, man, when this schedule came out, I'm like, hell yeah. Dolphins, Commanders, Spain. I thought both teams were going to be riding high, you know, really good. Jaden Daniels was going to be, you know, kind of like the MVP caliber, talks kind of player. I thought the Dolphins were at least going to be very, very competitive. They have been very competitive. They just haven't been getting wins. I used the reverse psychology this past week for this Dolphins team. I was out on them in terms of playing against Buffalo and winning, right? But it ended up working in my favor. Now I'm going to go to Spain and travel for this game. Should I try to do the reverse psychology again?
Do it.
No, sir. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins. Win or lose, I'm going to have a great time. But, yeah, give me the Miami Dolphins, man. They looked really good. Mahalo versus Mahalo. We got Marcus Mariota versus Tua in this one. So that's going to be interesting, too, to follow that type of storyline. I think this is the first time that they've played against each other in the NFL. So it would be interesting to see. And, you know, they're 2 of Hawaii's most prominent quarterbacks. Tua already faced a Hawaiian quarterback this season. He lost it against Dylan Gabriel. So let's see how that goes. But moving forward, Miami Dolphins for the win here in Spain. Let's get it.
I'm going to go fins up, bro. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I think this is going to be a weird game. It's going to be in Spain, obviously, 9:30 a.m. But I'm going to rock with the Fins. Fins to the left, Fins to the right, Fins all the way across the ocean of Spain and winning the fight, baby. Let's go. What are you doing over there, Big Joe?
I'm gonna agree with you guys, man. I'm gonna go. I don't want to because it's just like, unity. Damn. But like you said, bro, like when everyone booked this game or thought about this game, it was going to be Jaden Daniels. And that's just been the MO of the Commanders' whole entire season, that he hasn't been there, and we need to see him back. So every game that they are putting them in, like, some sort of spotlight or primetime or whatever, is just a complete piss break for me at this point, which sucks because until Jaden Daniels is back out there, they're kind of like an NFC Bengals to me, where we're all just kind of waiting for the quarter. Once the quarterback's out there, they're a great playoff caliber team. if the quarterback's not there, then they're kind of a dog shit team. So a
Facts.
little bit weird going on there politically, but we'll let that play out when it plays out. But some good commentary over there by 45 and 47 there. I don't know.
That was an interesting
great play. It was a big play. Yeah.
That was an interesting thing that happened over the weekend. If you guys don't know, the new development for this upcoming Commander Stadium, Donald Trump wants to have like his naming rights all over it. So I don't know how to go about that. It's an interesting thing to follow. One other thing with the Commanders, Dan Quinn is taking over defensive play calling. He says this defense has been inept all year, and I'm really sick and tired of it. I'm going to take it over. One more thing about the Dolphins. Mike McDaniel, was that AI or not? No. I think he was trolling Bills fans outside the elbow room. I thought that was very freaking funny. And it just seemed, it's the type of guy he is, man. So, like, that's why I'm kind of happy he's still the coach. Like, it's just for, like, stuff like that. But at the same time, thank Commander Mike McDaniel. After this game, let's see.
I think it was funny, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you really drove, like, an hour through game day traffic just to go to the elbow room and, like, drive outside on some weird shit, just, like you're outside of your ex's house and shit. Like, bro, she got anybody in there? No? All right. Just letting you know, I'm still driving the car through the neighborhood. My car still works at the gate.
What do we got for this 1 o'clock slate, Joey?
We got the Carolina Panthers, who not a half bad football team, but they did cough up a pretty nasty L to one of the worst teams in the league in the Saints last week. They're going to play the Atlanta Falcons, another divisional game for the Panthers. I'm going with the Falcons here. I think the Panthers fell back down to earth in their loss against the Saints. And I think that this division's going to be slightly competitive here towards the end if the Buccaneers don't keep pace, which I suspect that they will. But at the end of the day, we don't really know. The NFC South has been like a dogfight the past couple seasons when it's boiled down to it. I think that the Falcons have proven that they can play great football, but they can also proven that if they don't come prepared, they're going to get shit on.
Yeah.
So which Falcons team do we see on Sunday? I don't know. I think we see the good one, and I'm rocking with the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm interested to see what type of Falcons team comes out as well because they compete well. They're very similar to how I was describing the Dolphins. They compete. They're close within games. They just haven't put that winning formula together. And it sucks because they have dealt with injuries throughout the season. But you allow Jonathan Taylor to have an all-time historic day against you. That's tough. I get it. You traveled to Germany and all this stuff. Outside of that, you can't allow 240-something yards on the ground by Jonathan Taylor.
3 touchdowns or something.
Yeah,
unreal.
They lost to Jonathan Taylor. They didn't lose to the Indianapolis Colts. They lost to Jonathan Taylor. You would have at least slowed them down. I mean, dude, if you would have gotten 150, they maybe would have won. Like, come on.
Went into overtime too.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't.
He got the overtime winner for them.
The Colts, so.
It was big time ball by Jonathan Taylor. This Panthers team kind of upset me with that loss. They would have made the NFC South really interesting. Mm-hmm. If they would have won, Buccaneers would have lost. Then we would have been looking at 2-6 win teams right now in the NFC South. I'm not really sure to go with here. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I think something breaks through with them. Panthers, like you said, fall down back to a lull, and things should get interesting in that NFC South if some of these teams teeter-totter.
Yeah, if they win this game and the Bucs lose their game, which they have a tough matchup against the Bills, it gets really interesting. Yeah. Everyone's tied at, these two teams are tied at 6. Give me the Panthers. I'm going to fade you guys. Hopefully pick up a game on y'all boys. The Panthers have been more consistent, in my opinion, than the Falcons. Falcons have been, like, one of the most up-and-down teams. Like, the 3 wins, sure, they look decent. They look like maybe a playoff team. But, like, the 5 losses or 6 losses, they look awful.
Yeah.
And maybe Bijan has, like, a day of his life against the Panthers.
He's due.
Yeah,
I'd say
after Taylor just ran all over them, hopefully they clean it up a little bit. But I'm going to take the Panthers on the road. Normally I would take the home team here, but since neither one of you guys took Carolina, I'm going to take them just in hopes that I can pick up a game here. I'm going to take us to the next game. We got my Chicago Bears going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Obviously, I'm going to rock with the Bears. This is a big get-back game for us. We lost a close one against the Vikings in Week 1. Looking back on it now, that's definitely like, damn, that was a very winnable game that would have, like, really helped. Because the schedule's not getting any easier. This is probably the worst team we play for the rest of the year, barring, like, major injuries to other teams. So hopefully we can pull off a win. We can't give up 400 yards to this team. I mean, Minnesota's looked good against a couple of really good teams, but they've also looked really bad, so it just depends. I think at home it's going to be hard to ink out a win, but I trust the play calling and Ben Johnson, and hopefully the Bears come ready to play. I think we need to go at least 500 for the rest of the year, and this is like a very winnable game for us. So I think we get the win.
I'm going to rock with the Minnesota Vikings reluctantly just because I'd like to see them, the Bears, kind of lose and fall back in the division to help the Packers out. Aside from that, I think that the Vikings...
The Vikings would be tied with you, though.
No, they wouldn't.
I mean, it would be close, but you have a tie. But, like, if the Vikings win, they get closer to you, too. They will have 5 wins.
Yeah, muddies up the water.
Yeah.
Makes things a little interesting.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, I don't know. It helps either way. Like, if we win and then you guys lose, it still helps. But either way, I'm going to go with Minnesota. They're kind of like Atlanta, where I was saying that we don't really know which team we're going to get. They've proven that they can be one of the teams that if they're going to get shit on, or if 9 comes out that J.J. McCarthy's been talking about, then I don't know. But I think that's some goofy shit that this kid is nicknaming his alter ego 9.
Whatever works, man.
I don't think it worked too well last week. I'm going to go with the Vikings reluctantly. The Bears are playing great football, though. This is me just wanting to see the Vikings win.
I'm very much on the same page with you in terms of, like, reluctantly picking a team here because, like, every time I back the Bears, they, like, let me down. Every time I go against them, they shut me up. I'm just like, damn it, dude. Like, I can't side with this team. I can't go against them. I'm a root for a tie here. What's going on, dude? Give me both teams. I don't know, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, we're 0-2 in the division, though, so this is a must-win.
All right.
At this
Yeah.
rate.
So, like, that's the thing that also you look at it, and it's like Bears 6-3, 0-2 in the division. So 2 of those 3 losses have been divisional ones. So I think something's got to break through for the Chicago Bears team. So give me the Chicago Bears. I think things can become interesting for Chicago moving forward if they get a win here. But, man, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get burned again. Like, I don't understand, like, every time I go against this team, they win. Every time I go with them, they lose. I think last week I went with the Bears, though. So I was watching the scoreboard. I'm like, man, are they going to ink this one out? Are they going to get it done? And then I find out to win. They've had a big fourth quarter comeback. So, you know, it's a roller coaster ride with this Bears team. And
find ways to win right now.
Yeah, and that's all. That's really important at the end of the day. I'm going to keep us moving. We have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, Pittsburgh really, really shit the bed against the Chargers last week. Joey flip-flopped between his picks, and he ended up picking the right one. So shout out to Joey on that. Cincinnati coming off a bye. Things aren't looking good, but this division is so tight, man. You have a 3-game separation between the first team and the third team, and that's not saying much because the top team is 5-4 and the bottom team is 2-7. So, I mean, no one really wants to separate themselves and really establish dominance in this division. So, it's tough to pick here, but you got to go with the Steelers. They're coming off a loss on primetime, and they can't lose 2 divisional matchups to this Bengals team and expect to come out with a winning record at the end of the year, a winning division formula, stuff like that. So how about we take it to Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. I mean, I think it's going to be a tough win for the Steelers. I'm going to go with them reluctantly just because I feel like they're the better team. They should be the better team, and this defense hopefully just wreaks havoc all over the Bengals. But, like, the Bengals are still really good. They put up points, like, consistently still with Flacco as the quarterback. But, I mean, yeah, the Steelers' defense hopefully shows out and shows up and just kind of shuts it down and makes it kind of easy for Rodgers to just maybe put up, like, in the 20 range and get out with a win, because it is a must-win for the Steelers. I'm going to rock with them. I feel like this is a toss-up, though, but I think the Steelers come out with a hard win here.
I'm going Cincinnati Bengals.
Ooh.
I think that they're 3 weeks away from getting Joe Burrow back. This division is very close. They already beat the Steelers once this year.
The NFL wants them to win.
Well, maybe. That's, aside from the point, the script conversation is back, apparently. But aside from all that, the game that we did see the Bengals and Steelers play, Flacco and Jamar Chase looked like an unreal duo. I think he caught 16 balls in that entire game.
Game was crazy.
Looked unreal.
Dude.
So I'm going to go with the Bengals again just because of kind of what I've seen from the Steelers team. I think that they are, I don't know. I think they're a little bit washed up right now. They're a little old. They're kind of getting beat deep, and it's showing late in the season that they might not be able to hang on to this, consistent winning record that Mike Tomlin keeps doing. This division, they might be able to win the division, but I don't know. This division's getting so tight, bad record. The winner of this division is going to end up having 6 or 7 losses. So.
Yeah, it reminds me of the NFC South a couple years back.
Yeah.
Where, I think the Saints won it with a losing record or something.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers, one of the teams won it with a losing record. So
yeah,
it just reminds me of that type of aura of the division. So I think it's going to be a tight race down the pipeline between all 4 of these teams. I do think Cleveland is the odd man out in terms
Definitely.
of being a solidified runner in this race. But you have the Ravens and the Bengals all trying to make a push for that top spot. Currently, Steelers have it. But, Joey, it's back to you. We got a big-time matchup for you guys.
Yeah, we got the Green Bay Packers going to the Big Apple, face off against the New York Giants, who Jackson Dart got a concussion against the Bears last week. We don't know what his status is. I'd have to go ahead and say that he won't play, and it'll probably be Russell Wilson getting the start for the New York Giants. Obviously, give me the Green Bay Packers here. They are so fucking due for a win. Let's see if Matt LaFleur can put up or shut up. And, we could say that, this is supposed to be a freaking easy win for the Packers. The Giants are a bad team. Well, we're supposed to say that about the Browns and the Panthers, too. And they've done nothing but play down to their opponents and play shitty football. This is a big opportunity for you. You know that that LaFleur is on the hot seat. You need to air the ball out. You need to put the ball in Love's hands. And you kind of got to start getting it going now because it does not get any easier. This is our last easy game, quote-unquote easy, because we said last week there's no easy games this season. Any given Sunday, anyone can beat anybody, it feels like. So there's no gimme games. They need this win. We got the Vikings, Lions, and Bears, all 3 in a row coming up right after this. So you need to win. You need to stay on top, afloat in this division. And aside from everything else, divisional-wise, playoff-wise, you need a win to frickin' get the juice back in the locker room and the belief, because it's just not there right now. That they need something's off.
Yep.
They need to get back to going and playing good football again.
I'm going to keep it frank here. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. No Jackson Dart scares me. I only have faith in this Giants team if Jackson Dart is back there. Plus no Scatterboo, obviously. So, that dynamic duo is not there on the field. I'm not liking what I'm going to see from this Giants team on Sunday. They will be wearing their white throwbacks, so 3 weeks in a row the Giants are wearing their throwbacks, and they're looking like the same old Giants, no pun intended.
Fired their coach, too.
Yep, they did fire Dable, so that was big-time news. I was kind of shocked by it, honestly, but I think the injury concerns and the lack of approach to dealing with that, obviously losing you lost, the Bears came back on you guys last week. Those are just more nails in the coffin, and I guess that was the final one.
20-40-1 as a head coach, so not a great record.
Obviously,
his record wasn't great.
Did win Coach of the Year, though.
Yeah. I think he is a good coach, though, but they have lost 4 games, I think, this year when they were leading in the fourth quarter. Chalk me up for the Packers, although I will be a Giants fan this week. In my opinion, I think they should let Jameis start. I don't think Russ looked very good at all. And I think Jameis could honestly will this team to a win. They have players, honestly, even with how banged up they are. They do actually have some depth and some good players. But I think if the Packers do win, you're not going to love it, but they're going to run the ball a lot because the Giants' defense against the run is really, really bad. So chalk me up for the Packers. I mean, obviously this is a must-win game. If you lose this game, you're almost kind of out of it, especially if you drop one of these divisional matchups because, like you said, it doesn't get any easier. But I think the Packers get a big statement win here. You have to get a win over the Giants.
Yeah.
So I'll keep us pushing. We got the Houston Texans playing a divisional game against the Tennessee Titans. Titans are really bad. I think they're trying to maybe lock up a number 1 pick again. I don't know how many times that's happened where teams have gone back to back, but it's in the cards definitely for Tennessee. Give me the Texans. They're bad too, but not as bad as Tennessee. So I think they get a win on the road.
Give me Houston. Easy game. Titans are really bad. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't think anybody gives a shit about watching Cam Ward anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's just bad product, bad football. Whenever this is just a gross game. Screams 1 o'clock on a Sunday. I'm surprised this isn't week 3 matchup. This game sucks balls. Give me the Texans.
I'll be in Nashville for this game, and people have asked me like, "Do you want to go to this game?" And it's just like,
dude, no. I'd rather watch this game.
no,
at a bar briefly.
I'd rather go watch the Bears play at a bar somewhere.
I'd rather watch this game while sitting my ass at a honky tonk, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's just like,
oh, they're losing. I'm a redneck woman.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like if I was in Nashville at this point in time, like I would not go to that game there. But yeah, no, give me the Houston Texans as well. They had a tremendous comeback win against the Jacksonville Jaguars last week, and man, like that just segues us into the next game.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like I alluded to, Jacksonville choked.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. You're up 26-10 in the fourth quarter, and you allow the Texans to come back. And this Chargers team has proven us wrong each and every time we've doubted them. Unlike Joey went with them last week.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, give me the Los Angeles Chargers. They have been playing some good freaking ball, and they've been really shutting up the doubters when they're doubting them, and they've been backing up the supporters when they got the people in their corner. So, man, this Chargers team might be something special. The NFC West is looking tough. So, AFC West is looking tough. Excuse me. But this Jacksonville Jaguars team has a lot to prove, and I don't think they prove it this Sunday against Los Angeles.
Nah, they don't. And like I think that the wind is kind of out of the sails for the fan base because Travis Hunter's out for the season. That happened today. He had to take some surgery on his knee, so he's out. They put him on IR, hoping he would just be like a 4-week thing. But now the Heisman Trophy winner is out for the rest of the season. That really sucks for Jacksonville. That's kind of like their one like shining hope for the season was just to kind of. Yeah, maybe they had a winning season, maybe they didn't, but as long as like Travis Hunter was doing good, giving them something to watch, it was kind of a fun year for them. But that's kind of over, so that sucks. But give me the Chargers. Justin Herbert's playing at an MVP level. He's second in touchdown passes in the league. I think that he's playing really good ball. So give me the Chargers. I think this is kind of an easy game to pick.
I've been really out on Jacksonville most of this year, although I wouldn't say they're one of my favorite teams, but I definitely root for them. I'm still out on them. They lost. They blew that game. Trevor Lawrence fumbled, defensive touchdown. Like, that was terrible. Like, and to a really bad team, like, whose defense has been awful all year.
I would debate the defense.
I mean, I don't know.
Jacksonville?
Texans.
Texans
Texans.
defense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about awful, but they've been bad, and the offense for the Texans has been really bad, and they still lost. So give me the Chargers. I think they get a big win on the road. Jacksonville, you started off hot. You're high on some power rankings, and it's just been all downhill from there. But I'll take us to the next game. This is a really good game. I think all the rest of the games are going to be really good. We got the Buccaneers going up to New York, tip top of New York, to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to take the Bills. I think they have a rebound week here. They keep dropping games to teams they probably shouldn't have, but they play well, kind of like the Packers have been doing a little bit against good teams. This would be a humongous win for the Buccaneers and a terrible loss for the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Bucks can kind of afford to lose more than the Bills. Like, I really don't think at the end of the year they're going to have to worry about the Panthers, but the Bills, on the other hand, desperately need this win to kind of keep pace with the Patriots, who might pick up another W this week. So give me the Bills. I don't think they want to be a wild card team. I think you want to win the division. So they need to start firing off some wins and playing good football. They need some wide receiver production is really what they need.
This is going to be the best game of the 1 o'clock window, in my opinion. I think the Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers have been one of my favorite teams to watch all year. I've said it time and time again that they're just so entertaining, but they're lacking a lot of players on offense. No Bucky Irvin anymore, no Mike Evans, and it's been that way for a long time, and no Chris Godwin. Emeka Egbuka has been kind of carrying the production for the wide receiver room. They've been finding ways to win. They're 6-3, so they don't have a bad record. But the Buffalo Bills are more desperate, like you said, Chris, for a win at the current moment. And they're going to play with a bad taste in their mouth. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. I think that it's going to be a James Cook game. And he's going to end up having like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns again.
I hope not. I just traded him away in one of my dynasty leagues. No, but I'm in rebuild mode. My team is god awful, and I'm just trying to tank and just put myself in a position for a top pick.
Better got something good for him.
First rounder and Cameron DK from the Titans.
Oh.
It's dynasty, so young guy. Let's
good.
see what.
All right, yeah.
Popped up along. Cameron DK. Let's see.
DK and a first rounder.
Yeah.
All right.
Aging running back in terms of dynasty and stuff like that. But yeah, no, dude, like. This is tough. Who loses 2 in a row here? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Buffalo Bills? And it's a really hot debate because you guys laid it all out there. Buffalo can't really afford to lose any more games, especially if the Patriots are going to keep on rolling. Meanwhile, Buccaneers can't afford. They have a little cushion. They have a little bit of a pillow, But what if the Panthers win too? Then you're in a tough predicament as Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So let's see what rolls out there. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's make things interesting. I'm going to go against you guys. Bills are wearing their white throwbacks. One of the last few games in Orchard Park. So the old Orchard Park. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to keep us moving. First game of the 4 o'clock window. We have the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Now, these rivalry uniforms, I thought they were only kind of reserved for primetime games. The Patriots are wearing theirs on the primetime Thursday night football game. But the Rams are wearing theirs on a 4 o'clock game, whatever. But yeah, the Rams are debuting their midnight black, midnight navy NFL rivalries uniforms. It's pretty cool. It's pretty much all blacked out and nice key or yellow and blue accents for the Rams type of stuff.
They look like the Chargers.
Yeah. There's some people said that. This game's tough, man. This is for the top of the NFC West right now. You have the 7-2 Seattle Seahawks, 7-2 Los Angeles Rams, and you got to make the debate who's the top dog here. And the finger's been pointing everywhere because you have the San Francisco 49ers in the mix too at 6-4. We'll talk about them next. But man, this is a tough game, and it's gonna come down to which quarterback can perform at a higher level. And as of late, it has been Matthew Stafford. So give me the Los Angeles Rams. I don't have less faith in Sam Darnold in terms of like the season progressing, but in this matchup, I do. I like the Rams defense. I like their cohesiveness. They have good young pass rushers that are game wreckers, and that's going to be the key difference in terms of which quarterback is going to be under more duress. I think Darnold is going to be under more duress.
I'm going to disagree with you. Seahawks are tied for second in sacks right now in the league, so I'm going to rock with the Seahawks, who are 4-0 on the road so far this year. I think they keep the ball rolling. I think they push it to 5-0, take control of that top spot in this division, although the Rams have been really good, and I think Stafford, honestly, in a year like 15 or something, has a case for MVP. But give me the Seahawks on the road. I really like what I've seen from them.
This game has potential to be game of the year. I mean, Seahawks have been – we've all heard the buzz this week. I mean, it was a slightly bad the last week too, but a lot this week after Sunday might be overreaction or whatever. People are saying the Seahawks are the best team in the league, in the NFC, in the league general. I think they're playing tremendous football. Jackson Smith-Njigba and Sam Darnold have been a tremendous connection. They just traded for Rashid Shaheed. Defense, like you said, Chris, second in sacks, playing unreal football. But, man, the freaking Rams, bro. This offense, Matthew Stafford, freaking old man going to win MVP. Just threw his 400th touchdown last week. Freaking really cool team to watch. I'm excited to watch this game. I don't know who to pick, man. I think I'm going to rock with the hotter hand, which I feel like is the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to go with America. I'm going to go with America's pick right now. Everybody's kind of rocking with the Seahawks and saying that they're the best team in the league. I'll rock with the hype. Let's put up or shut up here and see who takes control of this division at both 7-2 teams, because the other teams in the division kind of not matching up when we've seen them play each other, which I can take
Speaking
us to the
of-
next game because
real quick, I got one more thing
go
on this.
for it.
Seattle, like Chris alluded to, undefeated on the road this season, 9 straight overall. I'm just trying to buck the trend and see, like this is the type of stuff that wins you the division. If you can stop a hot team on the road that's hasn't lost in 9 road games, then that wins you the division. That's the type of stuff that carries well. So let's see if that's what happens for this Rams team. That's the only other thing. But I was aware of that road streak and I'm like.
Yeah.
It's tough. You got to go
4-0.
against it.
That's
4-0
wild.
this year, 9-0 in the past
Really?
9. Yeah.
That's a
So
shame.
they have a long streak going on the road, and it's tough to go against them in that facet. But I don't know. You kind of got to buck the trend. Let's see what happens.
I agree. And, this NFC West is just getting so freaking competitive outside the Arizona Cardinals, who I don't know if anybody saw the viral video of the heckler from Seattle giving everyone shit to the whole Cardinals team.
No.
He was like, "Oh, yeah, you're his boyfriend." And he's like, "Look, they got knockoff Gino." And Jacoby Brissett was just like, bro.
Catch it straight.
Yeah, he's like, "Why the fuck would you say that?" But anyway, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Arizona to face off against the Cardinals. It's weird. It's like the inverse of what the games were last week. So we had 2 NFC West matchups head-to-head last week. Same thing again this week. The different scenario. I'm going to rock with the 49ers. They're obviously the better team.
What?
They kind of came back a little bit against the Rams and made it a little bit interesting, but it was too little too late. I do think that they are a talented playoff caliber team if they kind of get healthy and put it all together. I think the Arizona Cardinals are in a weird spot where they benched Kyler Murray. They're starting Jacoby Brissett. No, they don't really have an identity. So, yeah, I'm going to rock with the 49ers to keep pace in this division.
I got to agree with you. I'm going to go with the 49ers as well. 49ers desperately need to find a way to get as in a good position heading into their bye week, and then we can kind of reassess where they're at, because all year long, all we've been talking about is their injuries. They haven't even suited up Brandon Ayuk yet this season. So, Ricky Pearsall been out pretty much the whole damn year. So, a lot of questions in terms of health for this 49ers team, but they find a way each and every week. So, I got to go with them, man.
Damn. All right. I don't know. Because, I want to pick up a game. Cardinals started off the year 2-0, but then dropped, 7 of the last 8 games.
The new Call of Duty's out. I know he's not playing, but the new Call of Duty's out.
Brissett is not too bad. He's honestly been pretty good in fantasy, to be real with you. I want to take them. They're at home. I have the Niners picked already. Is this a game that I want to try to pick up on you guys?
I don't think it's
Bro,
worth
pick a
the risk
different
here.
one, bro.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Hey, if the Cardinals come back and win this game, bro,
You're gonna
whatever.
text the group chat right away and be
Yep,
like,
told
you.
you.
Period.
I'm gonna take the Niners. I guess, man. They
have to.
are the better team, no matter who's playing QB. So give me the Niners. I'll keep us pushing to the next game. We got the Ravens going to Cleveland, taking on the Browns. This is again another game the Ravens have to win. Get back 500. I got them winning on the road. Browns are really bad. Although this defense could make this interesting, but go ahead and give me the Ravens. They're slowly getting healthier, slowly getting back to, hopefully they'll get to 500, then try to get above 500 next week and try to catch these Steelers for the division, but they're still a playoff team technically in contention, so they need this win. Give me the Ravens.
Give me the Ravens as well. I think that the Browns defense has kind of fallen a little bit flat as what they were in the beginning of the season. They kind of had a lot of high hopes after they knocked off the Packers and had a couple statement wins. But now I think that they're falling back down to earth. They're not keeping pace within the division. And I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens, who, like you said, Chris, must win for them. I think every game for Baltimore down the stretch of the season is going to be a must win. That's what kind of happens when you have 5 losses already before, so you got 5 or 6 losses in the AFC recently. Hasn't been good enough. So they got to keep pace. They got to keep winning, and they honestly might have to run the table through the rest of the year. And it starts these past couple of weeks, Lamar getting back. So I think they continue it. Give me the Ravens.
Luckily for them, this is their second divisional matchup, second one against the Browns. They're 1 game behind the divisional lead. Give me the Baltimore Ravens, man. They're going to have quite the run. Now, moving forward, can they keep it rolling against 2 games against the Bengals, 2 games against the Steelers? Those are still yet to be played. So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves with the division winning. But, this is going to put them back in the race, put them at 2-0 in the division. at 5-5, and let's see what happens with the Steelers. If Steelers fold once again, now we're tied for first in the division, and moving forward. Unfortunately, whatever the record may be heading into the postseason, as long as it's them winning the division, I'm pretty sure the Ravens will be happy about it and keep that thing rolling, especially if they find a way to separate themselves within this division, because it's going to be a gauntlet. And the AFC North is tough, despite, the Bengals not being the most prominent team without Joe Burrow. I mean, Joe Flacco is still a very noteworthy quarterback. But, yeah, this Browns team, not really anything to scoff at, but also not really to be too fearful of, especially if you're a hot Baltimore Ravens team with your leader back in Lamar Jackson. I'm going to keep us moving to the final 4 o'clock game. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. Man, this is a really good matchup. Despite Kansas City's 5-4 record, you have Denver Bronco tied for first in the AFC with New England and Indianapolis with an 8-2 record. So, man, Denver has been playing pretty good ball in terms of getting wins. They didn't look good on Thursday Night Football last week against the Raiders. Meanwhile, Kansas City on the bye was sitting there watching like, man, we're going to come into this matchup favored by a field goal and a half. So, kind of scary line there. I don't understand when Kansas City is being favored on the road like this. I get it.
Bro,
they've been a dominant team for years and years in the past. But you got to kind of give the Denver Broncos their flowers here. But I think this is an adjusted line due to the fact of their inefficient performance against the Raiders. Really big setback there. But they were able to ink out a win. Do they do it again against the Kansas City Chiefs in back-to-back divisional matchups? I think not. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's make things a little interesting. The top dogs a little bit, make the standings shake up a bit, and put Kansas City back in the conversation. So let's see how that rolls.
I hate to do this. I'm rocking with the Chiefs too.
Yeah,
I just you got to. I mean, records aside, 5-4 Chiefs, 8-2 Broncos. We all know what the narrative is. The Broncos are clearly leading the division, running away with it at a little bit. The Chargers are kind of making some water, waking the water a little rough there. But I think that this is the game where Kansas City reproves to everyone that they mean business. They are who we know that they are. Patrick Mahomes is still in the MVP conversation. I think that this is a big statement win that's going to come up for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's going to be an awesome game. I can't wait to see it. Bo Nix has been playing unreal football. I think I said it a couple weeks ago that they remind me of like an AFC version of what the Packers kind of have been. I mean, not recently now, but the Broncos have obviously been kind of better this year. Just with the amount of everybody helping each other. It's a big team. The wide receivers aren't big names. They're not household names, but they're all getting the job done, looking freaking unreal, explosive offense. Next man up at the running back position. Just it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's hard for me to pick against the Broncos here, but I think we all know who Kansas City is. So, records aside, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
One quick thing before we go to Chris. A Denver Broncos loss, Chargers win. Chargers are in first place in the AFC West. So, things can shake up with a KC win. What do you got here, Chris?
I'm actually going to go ahead and take the home team because if not, I'm going to have a streak of like 6 games of taking road teams. Both teams are 1-1 in the division. This is going to be a really good game. I would expect it to be really cold just because of this cold front that's
cold
coming
everywhere.
in. Yeah, I think
Cold
it's
down here.
It's freaking cold in Florida. We're all in jackets except
for
Ramos over here.
I mean, so you know how that goes. If it's snowing, if it's really cold, that always adjusts the game. I'm taking the Broncos. My only gripe with them is they can't really score a ton at sometimes. So as long as they can find a way to outscore the Chiefs, they're going to win, obviously, this game. Bo Nix is going to need to have a moment, and that defense is just going to need to do what it's been doing all year long, which is proven to be the kryptonite to Patrick Mahomes. If you get pressure, if you get some hits on him, he kind of gets a little bit rattled, gets thrown off, maybe gets banged up. I'm going to go ahead and take a risk here and take the Broncos at home. I mean, I think this is my game to get up on people here, and I'm going to rock with it. I'm going to take us to the next game. We got Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football. Detroit Lions going to Philadelphia Eagles. Said last week, I'm going to be a big Eagles fan last week and this week. But I'm going to rock with the Lions.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to fade it. I'm going to rock with the Lions. If they win, I get a game on Game Picks. If they lose, well, that helps us out in the division. Whatever. I give up a game here. I mean, I don't know. You know both teams. Everyone knows both teams. Both teams are good. I think it's going to be a shootout. I just think the Lions are a steadier team than the Eagles. Although Jalen Phillips did ball out. Sorry, Austin. That kind of sucks to see.
Yeah.
But
First play of the game,
I mean,
gets a tackle for a loss.
it was like the second headline of the NFL from Sunday. So, pretty big news. That's a pretty sick addition. I'm going to take the Lions, though, on the road. This is a huge game for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, I like both teams in this matchup. I do find it interesting if the Eagles win, Bears win. The Bears now take a NFC North lead, which
Yeah,
I don't think any of us really had in our bingo card heading into this season.
Down,
So,
Chicago Bears.
Except for Chris, maybe. But man, this is really tough down the line. You gotta kind of go with the Detroit Lions. The Eagles are coming off a not so great win against the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, they inked out a win, but they didn't look good doing it. But that's pretty much been the storyline for the Philadelphia Eagles all season long. So give me the Detroit Lions. I think they need a statement win more than this Eagles team does, and this can really further their case for being the top dog. Because right now, Philadelphia number one in the NFC. It will change though if with a loss and Seattle or LA wins on that 4:00 game. That also changes the trajectory of the top seed right now. So it's a little early to be tracking all that type of stuff, but it matters, and it's storylines.
It's perfectly right to start tracking it, man. This NFC is both freaking conferences are way too tight this year.
Yeah,
so
top heavy too.
You got to start thinking about division leads. Yeah, tight, really tight. Yep. Like all of our assholes. Give me the freaking Philadelphia Eagles here. I just think if the same team that played Monday shows up, I think that the Lions' offense is just way too good, and they're going to end up capitalizing and scoring on them. But I think that we've seen time and time again that the Eagles can prove that they are still one of the best team in the NFC. I just think that they're coasting through the season. They're going to turn it on when it matters most. I think they get a win here. I think that the Lions have been an incredible team all year. I don't think that there's any reason. You guys laid it all out to kind of pick against the Lions. I just really want the Eagles to win this game. So I'm going to rock with the Eagles, and hopefully that the home crowd wills them to a win. But we'll keep it within the division for the Eagles, or we're going to take it to the next game, Monday Night Football. We've got the Dallas Cowboys going to Vegas to face off in the SA Bowl. So I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys here. I think that they are honestly the better offensive team. I don't like the Vegas Raiders at all. I think that Ashton Genty is the only limelight of their team. And fuck the fucking Raiders, man. Give me the Cowboys.
Jeez. All right, go ahead and chalk me up for the Cowboys too. I don't know what all that was about, but yeah, Cowboys are gonna outscore the Raiders. Raiders are terrible. Go ahead, Austin.
Joey's gonna get himself and us canceled.
It's all good, bro.
Hey, as long as Jorge Pickens pops off, they were freaking in a great spot.
Bad publicity is good publicity.
Hey yo, let's go. Give me the Dallas Cowboys, man. They're coming off a bye. This Raiders team is very bad. You know, they just every week it seems like they go from bad to worse each and every week. Like there's been no progression. It feels like the only progression that we've been seeing is Ashton Genty. So he's the only like bright star on this Las Vegas Raiders team. This is pretty much Seattle Seahawks 2 years ago in the desert with a new young running back. Like that's pretty much the vibe I'm getting here. Like with this Raiders team. Jamal Adams at linebacker. Like yeah, man. Like this is copy and paste.
Raiders
and Pete Carroll has
man.
like weird fingerprints all over this game. But should be an interesting Monday Night Football matchup. These two teams, like, they look the same to me. Like, silver pants, you know, look good in white tops with their silver helmets and stuff like that. So this feels weird watching these two teams play. But that pretty much wraps up the picks. We're going to talk real quick about the teams on bye. We have the Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints. For the Colts, coming off a big-time win, Jonathan Taylor absolutely popped off. 3 touchdowns, 240-plus rushing yards. Like, can't ask for a better day. New Orleans Saints, stunning win against the Panthers. You guys have any thoughts on those two teams?
New Orleans Saints kind of sent the Panthers back down to earth and shook up the division. I think it's a little interesting there. Colts, late bye. We'll see how good they play after the bye because they've been really great all year.
Mhm.
And who knows? Sometimes the bye halts momentum. Sometimes it helps them out. I don't think that they had a lot of injuries on their team this year, notable that I've off the top of my head that I can say. So I don't know if they really necessarily needed their bye at this moment, but you got to have a bye at a certain point.
Yeah.
So whatever.
After the international game, it was worth it.
Yeah. So it's a much needed rest will do the Colts good. They're a great team. They're top of the AFC.
Nice.
I don't care about either team,
I
bro.
agree,
Go
though.
Bears, bear down, baby. That's all we care about this week. Win one game at a time, week by week, good, better, best. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited for this game in Spain.
Spain,
A couple weeks ago, it was hitting a real low. We thought Tua wasn't going to be starting. We didn't think Jaden Daniels was going to be starting. Now we know he's not starting. But it's still interesting to see the two Hawaiian quarterbacks face off against each other with him and Marcus. So that's a cool way to look at it. Outside of that, man, this slate this week is actually really interesting. A lot of good, close matchups against a lot of top-seeded teams. So a lot of shaking is going to be happening to the standings, but I'm excited.
You gonna get some paella while you watch this game?
I'm going to get whatever freaking Spain has to offer to eat, It's going to be a great time,
Spain, Barcelona. It's so great. We're going to watch the fucking Raiders.
Oh, gosh, here we go again.
The Commandos of Washington.
Hey, man, big opportunity for the Packers. Need to get a win. Need to get a statement win. And Matt LaFleur, the seat is very hot. Very hot. So
the hottest.
Yeah, the hottest seat. It's the greatest seat. So he really needs a win here and needs to play to his freaking potential. Needs to beat this fucking team.
All right, man. Hopefully not. But all right.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
That puts a wrap on Week 11 of NFL Game Picks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.